Poverty and pain are beautiful things. There are reasons to die and reasons to live. I choose to live.
It is a blessing to be challenged by something of your own choosing.
Never assume that you are right. You must assume that you are wrong.
It's the decisions that you make or take during suffering that makes all the difference in the world.
Rewards doesn't go to a lucky person. Reward goes only to the person who is consistent and persistent in his purpose of life.
Welcome to the Skills Power Podcast, a space where we dive deep into the journeys of our clients who lead with purpose, grow with intention, and inspire others through their personal evolution. I'm your host, Viram Datta, and in every episode, we explore the real stories behind self leadership, mindset, and what it takes to keep evolving, both personally and professionally. Today, I'm joined by someone whose journey has been nothing short of remarkable. Subhash Ji, a seasoned professional with a wealth of life experience and insight. In this conversation, we'll be speaking about challenges, purpose, personality, and the mindset it takes to stay on the path of continuous evolution. There's a lot of practical wisdom in this one. But before we dive in, Subhashji, I'd love for you to take a moment to introduce yourself to our listeners. Tell us a bit about your journey and the work that you do today.
Thank you, Viramji, for inviting me to this podcast and wish to talk about my amazing journey of life through law in the Supreme Court of India. My journey is like the spirit for last 6.5 decades, like the river Ganga, which has flowed through experiences, a story of growth, triumph, nourishing from others what I got, and shaped by my surroundings in my life, and ultimately giving back who was around me. It's like when you flow down, you just give back to the shores immediately. Don't keep it, because keeping it, you are not lively. So this journey, I'm a person, say, from 6.5 decades, around here, and I'm a man of 2 centuries. 6 decades ago, where the telephone operator used to operate, we had no television. We saw black television, color television, 3 HD, 4 HD, now 8 HD, and we used to write in hand. Handwriting should be very good. And postman, now there's smartphones, different changes, but we still survived because of our own growth and own talent. My basic, and in this pursuit, I give my credit to my parents, very humble parents, hardworking parents. They made me do BSc. I got gold medal from Sagar University. I did my law LLB, gold medalist, and LLM from Jammu, both gold medalist throughout. And the foundation for all this credit goes to my mother. And her way of imparting education and values to me was through stories. And one of the story which I liked the most was what she told me, that there were a story of two marbles from the same block. So one marble was cut into side of a rectangular and pushed it into the staircase. The other was rubbed, chiseled, beaten up, and different formation took place and made a statue. One day the the marble of the staircase was asking the statue, marble, see, why people come and stamp on me and spit on me and worship you? What's the difference? We are both same. The statue marble said, sir, when you were being made, you resisted. You showed attitude. You showed your ego. He made you into rectangular and put it there. He said, "Fed up." When I gave, I surrendered patiently, gave in whatever you want to make it. And your devotion was there. And those values from this story is my part of my story, I can say. It is in my bones. And second foundation was laid when the Bar Council of India in 1986 picked up 20 candidates, lawyers, young lawyers, were virtually orphans, and selected me and placed me from far-flung area I have been to one of the greatest lawyers of this country, Mr. Fali Nariman. And he was a towering personality, and I was not aware of it. I was a man, okay, maybe a lawyer, first time. He was like a big Himalayan mountain. We both, I was from totally different background. He was from different background, different era. He was 31 years ahead of me. Different culture, different religion altogether. And I got his values. I got his intelligence. I got his purpose of life. That attunement, alignment with him, great gave me great credit. And that was the basic foundation how I started my Supreme Court as a lawyer, my life. That was the foundation. And secondly, after his death last year, when he passed away, I can say when he dropped his body, because he's still around me. And I find I wrote two books on him. One, Beyond the Courtroom, on his speeches. And then, secondly, recently, Legally Speaking, this year itself has come out, showing his anecdotes and stories and quotes. And of course, an introduction by him, how the Guru Shishya relationship, which lasted for 38 years with him. And I stayed with him in his house before marriage for 10 years. So that was the love and by maybe some past past karma, maybe that past karma which is working with us. Thank you, sir. That's
Absolutely.
thank
That is such an insightful start. And, it's amazing to hear that how each chapter has shaped the next. Let's now shift gears a little bit. Now,
you.
since you mentioned that you've had 6.5 decades of experience, I'm sure those 6.5 decades of experience did not come without its challenges.
Of
So, was
course.
there ever a particularly tough moment in your career or your personal life that really tested you deeply? And how did you navigate it? And what changed within because of it?
That's a beautiful question you have posed me. You are asking me to deep dive into myself. And and the question is your question has, I can put it like this. When I was in 1960s or 70s, the country we were foodless, I can say. Hunger and poverty was the hallmark because I had a very humble beginning. 20 days we used to get food and 10 days no food. That poverty really made me, really a blessing. It was an ornament for me now when I look behind. Because if I didn't have that poverty, I would have never been focused and determined, and willpower would have never come. And I tell you a story actually happened with me. I did my BSc, I did my LLB, LLM. I used to get locked up on Fridays. Saturday, Sunday is a holiday. So Friday evening, I used to get locked up. The chowkidar used to lock me up in the library, and Monday morning he used to open me up. So I used to read day and night, day. So that because I couldn't afford books, but that strength gave me the courage to read more, learn more, and I got my gold medals, BSc, LLB, LLM for 9 years. I was a gold medalist in two universities. It goes to poverty and hunger. People commit suicide. There are reasons to die and reasons to live. I chose to live, fight it out. Second was with my senior, Mr. Fali Nariman. I have written in my Legally Speaking, page 2930, a beautiful story. It was 1988. A big case came. No advocates, no clients came. And we started uh, fishing out what the matter is, what are the points in it. And it was absolutely for days together. I was looking for the point. I couldn't understand because I was small boy at that time. So every day he used to ask me, anything to report? I said, in my fist of my anger, at least I must tell him that, okay, I'm reading so much, I'm not coming to the point. What should I look? Then he comes and tells, I dump all my complaints to him. He tells me, like a sage on the mountain, he says, you be super concentrate. Presume that the world is dead for you or you are dead for the world. And I was shocked. This verbal slap was a shock for me, but it was total enlightenment. That speech of his to me, I can say, was from the soul power, not from the ego power. That how great I am. So that got me aligned and attuned with him. And this, gave me a power from moving from, say, comfort zone. I came out not from my comfort zone, I came out from my body, mind, and intellect into the other zone of my life. I realized how much self control is important, how much environment is important. So I cut up all irrelevance, nonsense, friendship, and everything. So that really made me focus, and I'm thankful to my mentor, Fali Nariman, because otherwise it would have taken 20 years, 30 years. That immediately came within 3, 4 years to me. And and we both were like an ongoing cruise or vessel on a high sea, 24/7 working down. We were absolutely extraordinary workaholic. And those values I have, and it actually, those foundation, the earlier foundation plus this, made me a winner. That quality of winnership came in me. Yes, I can damn thing do it. I won't commit suicide. I will fight it out. And that spirit came into me. I had nothing. I came in Delhi only with 80 paisa in 1986. I didn't have fan for 5 years. That's it. Thank you.
No, definitely. More than challenges, I feel like these are defining points for you because
Yes.
it's often in these moments that we discover something new within ourselves. And, that brings me to our next question. When you look back, life is all about ups and downs. We've spoken about the downs. Let's talk about the ups. What are some, standout achievements, whether they're big or small, but, the ones that truly felt rewarding in some way or the other?
Yes. This is again a wonderful question. I can say, because uh, I have been dancing with him, with Mr. Nariman, because staying with him day and night, we could understand with one little word or with eye wink. I could understand what he meant. What is he's looking for. And that greatness of that man was, he was very humble, very simple. And I remember, because we have done more than 70 constitutional bench cases, five judges, seven judges, nine judges, 11 judges, and day and night work. And what he used to do, he used to make me, it's like, on this point, this point, this point, this point, make a buffet. And then suddenly, when the matter comes, he will just take a plate, take small chapati from here and small sabji, and in that he used to go to the court and get the relief. And this whole buffet was particularly useless for me. But that was a good exercise. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I loved, because that was his devotion for me, I can say, making me work hard. And I loved that learning, staying with him. I didn't bother about the money, what came or what did not came. And two important cases which I find great with him was the one Bagliar Dam case against Pakistan in 2005 to 2007, which we won, and that Kishan Ganga water dispute at The Hague, the World Arbitration Court, and against Pakistan, where again we won. And I still remember that 16 days continuously cross examination and conclusion and all this. With this, he was 31 years old. He passed away last year at the age of 95, crossed 95, 96. We used to work, from Court used to open at 9:30 till 6:30, and then 2 hours we used to take rest. I used to meditate. He used to go for walk, then have dinner, then work till night till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock again. So 16 days continuously, except Saturday, Sunday. That was a relief, but still working. But I find that guys' energy was so much, it made me ashamed because I think I was a young man. I have to also work, and we were both at the same speed there. And that was the really, I enjoyed that moment of life. It will never come back because that was the closeness which we had together. And the experiences, those qualities of leadership came into me. Apart from winning, that leadership of quality came what qualities? One thing I have learned, that never assume that you are right. You must assume that you are wrong. Once you assume you are wrong, that means the other perspective is there. Then you learn fast. Then you grow fast. We people commit mistake that I am right and my ego is right. I damn thing you are right, and hatred is there. So please, for God's sake, it's the other way around. If you want to be united as one human being, accept others' perspective, diversity. And then second is the quality of zooming out and zooming in. Zooming out means you come to know the whole bird's eye view. And zooming in means your worm's eye view. What next step I should take? Third was run towards the problem. Don't escape the problem. Because if you escape the problem, what will happen? The growth never comes. Growth is when you take on the problem, take the bull by the horn, growth will come. Of course, there is, you have to be persistent. In that persistency, things work. And in this persistency, you get pain. And in that pain is an ignition for you. And in that pain, there is something hidden for you, which you have to find out, and you will get it. And uh, what I feel that the qualities of leaders is respect time. You have to respect time. You have less time into it. And the best part, practically, which I have uh, found from many people, that people say that you are Mr. So and so, they define you. Okay, that is their perception. This is their definition. It's their limitation. We get upset because this fellow has said this thing. No, just forget and forgive him for his nonsense, please.
Absolutely.
And we have to see our own self. This clarity comes once that that stillness comes into you. You know this nonsense is there. This is there. You are still. Your lake, you can see your own face into that waters. And this is this is what I have learned from all these ups and downs of the flowing Ganges, whatever
Right.
of my life.
These milestones, no, definitely they say a lot about your values and journey. And ultimately, I think you understand that it is a blessing to be challenged by something of your own choosing.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
And at the same time, you get recognition for what you do in public, for all the
yes,
work that's put in
yes.
private. So there's a lot that goes in the background. And that is a perfect segue into my next question. And I love the fact that you mentioned clarity in your answer as well. Was there ever a turning point where your work and life started to feel more meaningful, wherein you were finally in sync with your purpose?
Yes, this is it's actually you are asking a right question at the right time because I can say I have to describe my inner potential because I am looking into it. Because these two, three questions, what you have been posing me, has asked me to look into. And I tell you frankly, uh, I again tell people poverty and pain are beautiful things. You must ask. Because if you see our Ramayana, Mahabharata, all big men, everyone, they, they suffer. And in that suffering, you get more clarity and more power comes into you. You must accept challenges. And once you accept challenges, you can do the impossible. Magic happens. Magic happens, I tell you. Because I never thought today I will be here sitting with you and talking all this, because I had a very hard life. I used to, at the age of 5, 6, I started cooking because my father went to war. So, pain, I again tell people, because I have seen many people in the university committing suicide. I have a friend who committed suicide some few years ago, and I was totally upset. And I told the parents, I said, you have not taught them properly. They must show that it is in the pain there is something hidden, some message is hidden. It's like a cocoon. You have to hidden message. You to become a butterfly. You have to accept challenges. You have to accept risk. If you are in the comfort zone, sorry, nothing can happen. So life is rewards doesn't go to a lucky person, doesn't go to a smart person. Reward goes only to the person who is consistent and persistent in his purpose of life. You have to
Absolutely.
be an ongoing person. And in that ongoing person, you become a winner. Your leadership qualities come out, and you automatically, you are put into the higher atmosphere, higher realities of your inner life. The inner potential comes out. See, this poverty and pain are just removing your shell in which you are. The
Yeah,
inner uh, stuff comes out.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Uh, Definitely, I think it's the decisions that you make or take during suffering that makes all the difference in the world. Suffering
Yes.
is going to be a part of everybody's life. Someone suffering with health, someone with
Yes.
finances, someone with family or relationships. So there's suffering all around. It's just what we choose to do with that
Correct.
suffering and the decisions we take
Correct.
in during
Yes.
those sufferings that makes all the difference in the world. Perfect. Beautifully said, sir. And moving on to the next question, wherein I want to talk a little about the core principles that guide you. Are there any life philosophies or habits that you keep going back to?
Yeah, because I tell you frankly, life is very interesting. You can't be this extreme or that extreme. You have to be have an art of balancing. I can say, like moving bicycle. If you want to keep the balance, you have to move forward. If you don't move forward, you will be imbalanced. That's one. Then, secondly, believe in yourself. Don't believe in what people say to you. Please, because the suicide happens there. Believe in yourself. Once you start believing in yourself, you will be living from inside out, not outside in. We don't want validation from other people. No, you have your own values and strength and all this inside out. It's like Albert Einstein, very nice story. He said, if you ask a fish which moves at a very fast speed in the water and the ocean to climb a tree, the whole life the fish will look stupid because she can't climb the tree. So we all have our own purpose of life. We have
Yeah,
our own ideas, values, and old karmas, whatever you can say. We are ourselves. So we have to find ourselves. We have to know ourselves. We have to know our inner nature. We have to empower our own thoughts, because it is our thoughts are heaven, and heavens are our thoughts. So you can create your own heaven. There are reasons to die and reasons to live. This is what I said. Okay, in poverty, pain is there. You empower your thoughts. So you have to self control your body, mind, and intellect. Don't be in competition. Oh, somebody has got a Mercedes or BMW. I have only a bicycle. All right, leave it. You enjoy yourself. The enjoyment is not in the bicycle or this thing, it's within you. Once that comes, then nothing is impossible. You can do anything. And
absolutely.
and third point which I liked is, you have to listen, then think, process, and then speak. And this is what I learned from your great father, your great institution, your great family.
Thank you, sir. No, I feel it's very important to have these inner anchors because it keeps you grounded. And I
Yes.
think it's something that everyone that's listening is really going to connect with as well. Perfectly sets up. And I want to take you to our next question,
Yeah.
wherein this is something that I speak to everybody about, and that is your PASS, which is your
Yeah.
personality achievement success status. So,
Yes.
since joining the program, what shifts have you noticed in yourself, either professionally or personally, and what kind of progress or transformation have you experienced?
This is see, you are talking about the past, PASS.
Yes.
See, what I learned is, you know, I can say I3 in short, because I am a lawyer, I can argue till the cows come home, days together, but with of no purpose, because the purpose is preciseness, conciseness, one thing. And I'm thankful to my friend, an amazing uh, mentor also, Ankur Sarna, who has, shaped me in that way for last 1 year. And I learned three I's. You can ignite ideas, inspire people, and influence the masses. This is that thoughtful leadership concept has, been put into me, and I loved it because and secondly, we when we the question of reacting, not to react, we have to respond. So we have to listen, process, and then speak. So
Yeah.
these are the important values which I have uh, inculcated from your institution, and I am thankful to your legend father Sanjeev Dattaji, amazing Ankur Sarna, and wonderful you and your mom. Thank you.
It's definitely inspiring to hear that transformation firsthand. In fact, I've seen the transformation. I've seen how you deal with people and how you lead people around. You try to influence and also inspire them in real time. So that's something I've seen with my own eyes as well. And I'm sure that this is something that people who are listening will also resonate with. Especially to the next question, wherein I want you to give any advice to professionals that are going through maybe uncertain or a transitional phase. If you have any advice for them, what should they be focusing on in terms of their time and energy when things are unclear?
Yes, this is exactly what I was thinking of. It was in my mind. And this is my advice is this: what is in your control, perform it well as a duty. Don't take it as a right. The problems for last 70, 80 years after World War II comes because we say, oh, my right, child right, woman right, plana right, dhumkana right. Nobody is doing their duty. If you don't perform duty, that's nothing. What Mahatma Gandhi very nicely said when he was moving in a train when his questionnaire of human rights 1945 when this was created. What his answer was, he says, my mother was illiterate, but one thing she taught me: do your duty well. You have no rights because once you do your duty well, you become independent. That person becomes dependent on you. See the magic. And then you can guide anybody. The leadership comes. Now we ask, no, 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 no. I have my right, this, that, everything. Who's going to do the duty? Is the putting the cart before the horse. That's it. So we must, for the younger generation, number one, this is very important. Second, today pain is tomorrow's gain. You have to change your mindset. Eh, their mindset is totally different. And third, you have to self control. And what is self control? It is in the sowing, not in the reaping. People are more interested in the reaping in wicked ways and that ways. No, it's hard ways, sowing it, like the farmer sows the seed. So if you do that, you can do amazing magic can occur. So it's the quality of your belief, your spirituality, your heart is very important. Now one most important thing which comes, because my son is also there, so I can understand this artificial intelligence is creating a havoc on the young people. It is advantage for us, many people, but for the younger people, because see, I tell you, 60 years ago we used to calculate. Two ones are two, two twos are four, twos. Calculators are not required. Computers can match us out. Now I have a memory power good. It's also useless because computers are artificial intelligence can beat me. So where can we beat the artificial intelligence? Where our younger generation should focus. That's the problem. Our younger generation should focus on their own values, belief system, and on their heart, because heart is the spiritual institution of the world. It is, it's the heart which finds the God, it's the heart which loves the God, it's the heart which loves the humanity and oneness which comes into us. So if you want to beat the artificial intelligence, you have to be innovative, you have to be constructive, you have to be creative. These three elements will be only coming when you look within your inner potential. Whatever your past may be is gone. Whatever your bright future is, that is all in the air. But what is within you, if you look into it, that great potential, magic and wonders can happen. And I feel that youngsters should go for that area, not on wasting time on irrelevancy, just scrolling what messages are coming up on WhatsApp, and not interchanging. I've seen people coming for dinner. Parents are in their own WhatsApp. Children are the ones up after feeding. They are going all home. And you will learn the stories from them, interchange with them, and I feel that's be yourself, be the best of yourself. You can reach the stars. You can reach the star. Nothing is impossible. Thank you very much.
I'm sure many will take that to heart as well, because it was said with a lot of heart and good intention too.
Yes.
Subhashi, thank you so much for sharing your
Thank you.
journey with such honesty and depth. I'm sure that your reflections on challenge, alignment, and self leadership will stay with us. And I'm also sure that they'll inspire many who are walking their own path of growth. To our
Yes.
listeners, if today's episode sparked something in you, take a moment to reflect on your own life and what self leadership looks like for you right now. And if you're ready to take the next step, you can book your 1:1 personality assessment with our team, and we'd help to, we'd love to help you unlock your potential as well. Until next time, keep evolving, keep reflecting, and remember the power is in the process. Thank you so much.